Greetings and salutations. Welcome one, welcome all. If you're new, please subscribe. Returning, welcome back. I'm Ben, that's Terry. This is Canucks With Guitars, presented by the people right down below. No, it's going that way. That's right. Anywho's, live Q&A. We've got a few topics to cover tonight. I didn't put it in the title, Terry, because it's become a regular segment. The plumber was here today.
And so goes the days of our plumbing lives.
Yeah, I let the patrons know last week that this month's patron money that usually goes for gear, well, went for plumbing. And next month's going to go to plumbing. And probably March is going to plumbing. So, yeah. Tom is still battling the vid or the flu or the fluvid. I think he's got namthrax is what I'm saying, folks. Somehow Tom has contracted namthrax without nam. So he's lurking in the chat. So send your well wishes. We're hoping he's going to be back next week. In the meantime, just the two of us. No.
We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Yeah. Wow, we just went for 22 to 27 viewers. Thought it would have went the other way.
Yeah.
Let's get to roll call. We have Thomas Santiago. Hey! Coming in with Magic Man, who I believe is in Sacramento because he likes to rub the temperatures right in my face this time of year. Cushman NYC is here. Symmetry is here. Janice Lala is here. T. Ricky, BC Rich 581, Itchy Nose. Terry's paying attention to the comments too because he's picking out questions already. I can tell. You can tell. Just look at him. I'm going to turn that off. Unbelievable's here. Welcome to Canucks with Plumbing. Milt T in the house. Tim Thomas. William Cooper. Great to see William Cooper. Mark Effects. Guitar Man 45. He used all the emojis. More on that later, too. Let's see. Zach Thong is, in fact, here. Martin Lemaire came back. He said he had to work last night, so he had to dip out early, and he said he'd be back. And, yep, back. House of Twang. Other left. There's our Ontario contingent. Back out to BC with John Duchesne. Magic Man, he's still in Sacramento. Randy Crooks, he's out in Iowa. That way. Zach Thong is only a little bit that way. I'd have to pass Zach Thong to get to Randy Crooks. Is what I'm saying. Yep. Yep. Terry Himes. Billy Baloney. Absolute Mayhem. Charles 75N, but number one in our hearts. I don't want to see if I missed any of the early birds. Like Martin from L&M Guitar Corner. Nice. He's going to be catching the replay. And I go down, there's Warlags here, and Michael Krause is here, and Dave Ennis, and Keith H. Gear Junk 35. I got something to say. All right, before we go any further, let's give a shout out to Gear Junkie 35 and Randy Crooks, Terry, who are single-handedly trying to get me to 1 million views on this channel.
Yes, that's awesome.
I know for a fact, because Randy lets me know. Every once in a while, he'll send me a text going, hey, got a playlist going. Gear Junkie 35 just hashtag million view March. Hashtag something around, because I got to approve them all because they get the hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, wow, because I noticed the views were up. All of a sudden, I checked the old analytics. I'm like, I am up by somebody watching a playlist consistently for hours at a time. So if you want to help Gear Junkie 35 and Randy Crooks and me get to 1 million views by the end of the month. Based off the stats, Terry, we're going to be 7,000 views at the end of the month. Short. So if we can get an extra 7,000 views, which is not that unheard of because I used to get that many views a month. We're talking going from 24,000 to 31,000. Hey, Dave DePius. Dave the Pius. Pius?
Nice.
Pius. New subscriber. Welcome, my friend.
Welcome, new subscriber.
In New Jersey. So, yeah, the 1 million view March. There it is. Hashtag million view March. Which, if you want to do that hashtag, which is, let a playlist run. Not telling you to play it back at 2 times speed. Just regular speed is fine. And then
Now, come on, folks. You can't let Janice do all the work herself.
This is the thing. I'd see it. Well, I would ask Janice to chip in and watch Terry, but she's already seen them all.
Yeah.
So there's absolutely no point in that. Randy's seen them all too, I think. But there's like 1,100 videos between Hangouts and gear demos and random things. And yeah, a lot of random things. Random. Canucks with random things. Anywho, so there's all that. Also, while we're getting into, we're early in the show, people are filling in. We'll get to the 2 new emojis were enabled because we had 2 new channel members last night, which pushed us to 40. I say us because it's a team effort. Sup, Paul Leonard Ewing? Yeah, I like how everyone's welcoming Dave, the new guy.
Yeah, awesome.
I like that. It is a great thing. It's the community side of things here. But yeah, because we hit that 40, but I think someone's rolling off this month based off the stats. So I have a limited time to choose 2 new emojis before I dip below 40 again. And because once they're in, they won't take them away. That's how I'll usually add them. But I figured we'd throw it out to these guys. What's up, Chris from Coburg? What should we do for the 2 new emojis? That's the question. I was thinking we could do a Flipside Music logo as one of them, just off the top of my head. Other than that, I'd like to hear from the chat. We get 32 people watching. Hopefully we'll get some more people jumping in. I don't know what's going on. Numbers are down tonight. That's fine. The hardcore folks are here. Anywho's. So there is that. A pedal. Ooh, I like that. A pedal. Okay.
Yeah, pedal would work.
Yeah, I was thinking, something basic like I will not rip off that Pedal Shows logo. Mm-hmm. But something like that, a very basic something or other. Because you don't want to use like a photo. No, we're not doing a UPS logo. Excuse me, a calendar emoji. A Ben Time emoji. Okay, I don't know what a Ben Time emoji would be, but we can figure that out. A telly-shaped dog.
Yeah, I was going to say a telly-shaped dog check.
Well, I could even pare down the... Can I? Yeah, I can flash it up here. How do I do that? I have a way of doing this, Terry. Check this out. An overlay. That's it. I can cut this into a square. So you can kind of have the telly-shaped object. Why am I using my cursor? Nobody can see that. But, yeah. Cut that down. I don't know. We'll see. We have a glass sax already. That's one of them. House of Twang. You can do one right now. I think I called the emoji glass sax. Use my Reno Fin. That's the hard thing, though. Using actual photographs, as avatars, like if you try the mod one, it's a little hard to see. What's up for Kick Tony? But
hey, Tony.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Warlake's suggestion is interesting, but
there is some 70s content. We do have the Keep On Truckin' Dude. I'm pretty sure I'm the only channel that has a Keep On Truckin' Dude emoji. See, yeah, House of Twang just did it. I can't see it. We can't see it. Well, you probably see it in the YouTube chat, but it's there.
I can see it in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, see, it just comes up. It says glass sax to me. So,
yeah. What the hell is a glass sax? It keeps popping up in the comment section.
Mm-hmm. So that's something to check out or let feedback what I'm saying. I shall join you, Magic Man. I'll play harmony. Mudflap girl emoji. I like it. It's a little sexist, but not really. It's a silhouette. We can't have a silhouette. Why not? All right. I kind of like that. The Mudflap girl. And what was the other one, Terry? Dang it, I forgot already. See, you're supposed to pay attention to stuff. Based off lifestyle choices, Terry. Part of your job is to take notes. Oh, a pedal. A pedal.
Yeah, a pedal.
So
I
a
think
pedal.
pedal, I think would be very PC /
Oh
neutral.
yeah. So a pedal and a mud flap girl. We'll try to remember that. All right. We're not doing the UPS logo. Unbelievable. Nine. Quentin's ass. Is that no? No.
Oh
No.
God.
Screen grab. Screen grab. What's up, Blackjack Guitar?
You can do that for his own channel.
Oh dear Lord. So yeah. So we'll have a couple new emojis. I'll try to get those done tomorrow, Terry. I'll try to get them done tomorrow because I don't know when that one member will roll off. Assuming that they don't renew, I'm looking at it half full or half empty on that because we're up to, and that's usually the way it goes. I got 2 yet last night. Thank you, both of you. And I usually lose one for every two. So it's all good. And then after saxophone time, we can get to the other thing. Some kind of NGD. I wonder if I could. An NHL logo, but NGD instead of NHL.
Yeah. I can
That'd be cool.
even come up with something like that.
That would be cool. Yeah, just got to keep it very basic. No shading. Yeah, you can do that. I know you can do that. And who cares? It's not like the first people to rip off the NHL logo. I'm looking at you, the tragically hip.
Not like anyone else is going around pretending to be Gary Bettman right now, commenting on various people's videos.
I will say, I'm not the biggest hip fan in the world, but they were, I'm pretty sure, the first band to ever have toques as merch. And it had the Tragically Hip NHL logo on it. It looked like an NHL toque, except it was Tragically Hip. I'm like, that's cool.
Hey,
I don't care who you are. That's cool. I rock Zed Blues.
So, that reminds me. Talking about hockey, that was an interesting thing earlier this morning when I was still awake. Found a documentary on Netflix, and it was called something Crimes and Primes or something like that. But it had to do with, there's this place down in the U.S. that actually had a USHL hockey team, and their name was the Trashers. Their mascot was a trash can because the guy who actually the guy who bought the team and created it was a guy who was who owned a major trash can company.
Okay.
Throughout Ohio.
Right.
Ends up, as you go into the story, the weird thing about it, tried to get his son into football. His son got into hockey instead. So his son injured himself playing hockey, so he couldn't play hockey anymore. So what did the father do? He actually bought him a USHL hockey team and backed it. Long story short, in the end, come to find out, the guy had ties to the mob.
All good, Dave Ennis. I didn't know who it was or anything. It's all good, buddy. All good.
So it was interesting. Here's this story about this hockey team that's what their name was the Trashers, and their big thing was the fact that they took on like a Broad Street Bullies kind of style, and they actually won like first place in the USHL back in like 2004.
Wow. All right. We have a question. Dave the Pious. Anyone have experience? Here, I'll put up on the screen. Anybody have experience with Seymour Duncan broadcaster pickups, thinking of using them for a tele build? So, chat, if any of you have, comment, please. Terry, have you had any experience with those pickups?
No.
Neither have I. An affordable option is, well, it would be my signature tele pickups, which are in that guitar right back there, which are basically broadcaster basically, I should say. They're based off of the 53 tele set. So if you're looking for like vintage tele pickup sound, head on over to renofin.ca. Check out I think they're labeled as the CWG pickups. division under pickups.
Yeah.
Or they might just be listed under single coils. They're my signature set. They're called Vintage Workhorses, I think. Unless Travis changed the name. He has a tendency to change products without me knowing. We know that.
That's so confusing.
It turns out well, though. It always turns out well. These guys should be Canadian. We are. I don't think we get much more. Come on. When we bring up Becker's Pop, who else is bringing up Becker's Pop on air? What's that? Crickets, I hear?
We don't know what you're talking about, eh? Like we live in like Alaska or something, eh? Like we don't have Canadians up there.
Okay. So we got 43 watching. Let's talk about Fender catalogs. Vintage. Some people show off catalogs, by showing off PDFs or website links. No, Terry. As you know, well, I think Terry knew. I've been moving a bunch of stuff out of storage, so as such, boxes are getting sorted, and Dad's had a couple of good days, so he's been able to go through some boxes, Terry.
Nice.
Been able to go through some boxes. So he goes, hey, I think I found something you'd want. And half time I'm like, no, just toss it. It's an old newspaper clipping or whatever.
Yeah.
But this, I went, oh, right. Because first of all, we put it in the plastic. Why?
Ooh.
Oh, what is this? Qu'est-ce que c'est? This is a Fender product catalog for, let's see, for the 62/63 model years.
Whoa.
The choice of professional and student musicians everywhere, Terry. Fender Fine Electric Instruments. And you have the new lineup up top.
Wow. It's a little rough, but it's still in really good condition.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was rough when I was a kid, dude.
Yeah.
So, here. There's a way to... There! See, this way, we can kind of show it off a little better for the viewers.
Yep. Yeah. Wow.
So, I haven't actually taken... Oh, all right. So the first thing we got under the Fender Fine Electrical Instruments is we got Jaguars, Jazzmaster, Stratocaster. I'm just going to name off the various items and I'll show the page. P-Bass, Jazz Bass, and then apparently just a new bass guitar, which looks like the Bass 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay, so this has got like a prayer holding this together.
Yeah. Yeah, that does look like the Bass 6 down there.
Oh, no, the Bass 6 is down there.
Yeah. Yep, right beside the other basses.
Oh, that's actually coming up pretty good on screen. I don't know how clear that is for you, but that's pretty unclear on my end.
Looks clear and looks clear on the output.
How about the Fender mandolin?
Oh, wow. It's been a while since I've seen one of those.
The Music Master and a deluxe amp.
That seems like a little bit of a weird combination.
The Duosonic and the Vibrolux Blackface. That time. And then we have your various Telemecasters.
Yeah, one looks very similar to your one back there.
Yeah. Let's see what they got here. Telecaster and Esquires. They're still doing the Esquire in that late.
Wow.
Hey, Big Shorty. We got the Telecaster Custom, the Esquire Custom, the Telecaster, and the Esquire. Let's see. Customs. The dual pickup Telecaster Custom and single pickup Esquire custom guitars offer all the fine playing and design features of the regular Telecaster and Esquire models, plus custom treatment of the body. A beautiful, highly polished sunburst finish is finished. Is used in the top and the bottom edges of the solid body are trimmed with white contrasting binding, and the necks of the Telecaster Custom and Esquire Custom. Doesn't really see yeah, very cool on that. All right.
So I was just going to say, just a slight little bit of a tweak of the finish, and then the binding was what made it custom.
No prices. I saw that Because this would be like your trade one, right? That would go to the dealers. Ironically enough, they do list. I just saw the Fender Vibralux with a 12-inch heavy-duty speaker. They don't mention what the speaker is. The back panel, but then they mention the tubes used. 2 7025s, 2 12AX7s, 2 6LGC or CGCs, 1 GZ34. Well, there we go.
Yeah, I used to go to...
This thing smells. Oh, wow. Amplifier department. Wow. Check out these beauties.
Ooh, nice.
The Vibrasonic. Here. The Showman 15 and the Showman 12 and the Twin. Oh, the Twin and Tweed have the Vibrasonic.
Yeah, the Vibrasonic. I think I remember hearing of that. But like the Showman 15 and 12, the big thing I know about them is the 12, it's a 12-inch speaker, and the 15 is also a 15.
Now, coming up on the next page, we're going to be looking at the Bassman with black cloth and tweed, the Tremolux, the Bandmaster, and the Concert. What the fuck is the Concert? The Fender Concert provides musician with the high-quality musical amplification plus economy of operation. It features a dual-channel circuit, normal and vibrato, with both channels capable of producing tremendous power, free from distortion. Oh, we don't want distortion. Oh, who would want distortion? Ooh, nasty. Circuit employs silicon rectifiers. Ooh, vented cabinet. Always nice. I prefer my cabinets vented. And a single unit parts panel. It is completely modern in styling and is built to take the hardest professional use. Tubes. 4 7025s, each dual purpose. All right. 2 12AX7s, each dual purpose. So everything's sharing. All right. Speakers, 4 10s. All right.
Yeah. Welcome, Lawrence.
What's up, Lawrence? We're looking at a vintage catalog.
Yeah, I think it was like a Bassman, except they just put more balls in it, like more output.
Yeah, I wish I
do remember that.
Yeah, there's the Concert. And then the Bandmaster down there. Very cool. Oh, yeah. What's that carrier thing? Does it mention that? You're like, what carrier thing, Ben? Well, I don't know. There's amps and then steel guitars, and then it's got this new carrier thing. I don't know what that is.
I don't ever remember hearing about that ever going out onto the market.
I bet you those are worth $1 or $2, because look at that.
Definitely.
If you have one issue with that, it's getting folded up like a cheap pack of Smarties.
Yeah.
I mean, you got your Super. What do they call that? Something or other. Pro. Sure. Then you got your other way, Ben. See, the problem is I can't see the damn screen. All right, well, let's look at this page then. No, we're back. No, damn it, I'm backwards, aren't I? Yeah, here we go. So there, that's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, the pedal skills.
So you got your dual neck, your single neck, and then over here you got all the necks.
Hey, Jeff K. Wow.
Is that like a 4-neck lap steel? Like, that wouldn't break your lap. Like, seriously. That's like when they do the 412 cabs and put a single handle on top. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
So on the back, we have the Fender Rhodes piano bass. Fender cases, amp covers, Fender Master Sound flat wound strings, and Fender Pure Nickel wrap strings. So, they're still advertising because just many people like flat still. For electric and acoustic Spanish guitars, electric Hawaiian guitars, those are steels, electric bass, electric mandolin, and classic guitar. Not classical guitar, classic guitar. So here's the Fender Rhodes bass. Check that out.
Wow.
There's your various cases, amp covers, thing on the strings, and then I was going to read this stuff off, so I don't need to be present like this. We can go back to that. For many years, the Fender company has continually experimented with every conceivable kind of electric, non-electric, and nylon strings. Okay, that would provide guitars with the finest strings on today's musical market. Today, Fender offers a complete selection of the finest strings, both electric and non-electric fretted instruments. Strings which offer perfect balance for evenness of tone, controlled diameters for perfect intonation. Man, I'm high. Tightly applied windings preventing loss of tone. This is all stuff you expect out of a string, I would like to think. But hey, we're talking, 62, 63 model year, folks. So this would be 60 years ago? 59. Let's say 60. We'll bring this out again in a year. Lasting resistance to stretch and pull. Superior magnetic qualities for string tones that remain brilliant and alive throughout string life. Visit our fine store to see and compare Fender line of fine electric instruments. Well, in Santa Ana, California. Interesting. Yeah. The Fender accessories and other fine products. Fender tone and volume foot pedal controls. All right. Fender plasti leather bags. I don't know what plasti leather is. Pleather, I guess. Fender extension speakers. Fender polish. Fender picks. Regal guitars. Lessman accordio organ. What's an accordio organ? It's not an organ. It's not an accordion. It's an accordio organ. I don't know what that is, but that sounds all kind of as embarrassing to take lessons for as a child. DeArmond pickups and controls were owned by Fender, apparently. All right. Electro Voice microphones and stands. D'Andrea picks. I remember them. National picks. Nick Maniloff steels. Black Raja steels. Apparently, that's all it's already, see the conglomerate, it's already starting. And this is before CBS. This is right before CBS took over.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Interesting. The Darmond pickup thing is the really strange one.
Yeah. They called the pickup selector in a Strat and a 3-position instant tone change switch. Oh, yeah, I guess because there is a tonal change switch. Did Leo write this copy, Terry? That's what I want to know. Did Leo write this copy? Because
yeah, it kind of sounds like something like how Leo would have talked in his description of things. Perfection in a solid body, comfort and contoured, professional guitar providing all the finest Fender features, choice hardwood body, finished with a golden sunburst shading, white maple neck, with rosebud fingerboard, white pickguard, illustrious chrome metal parts. There's the three advanced style adjustable pickups. Okay, well, yeah, I get. Okay, sure. We can adjust our pickup height. All right, good to know. Sure. But 1 volume control, 2 tone controls, and a 3-position instant tone change switch. The adjustable Fender bridge ensures perfect intonation and softest action. Apparently, neck has nothing to do with the action. All right. Well, I guess not. The neck has the famous Fender truss rod. Ding. No TM, but I just want to say ding. The Stratocaster is available with or without the Fender built-in tremolo. In other words, if you want to be a nerd and get a hardtail like I do, we got them. All right. Yeah. All right. By the way,
they don't really mention any specs as far as the pickups or fretboard radius. They're like, what? It's the same thing since day one. What do you need to know? You know what I mean? So yeah, Here it is once again, folks. For those tuning in, we're checking out the Fender catalog for the 62-63 model year. I don't know how my dad ended up with this, and then I ended up with it, and then hey, what's up, Jamal?
Hey, Jamal, and happy birthday to Randy Upchurch.
Oh, speaking of birthdays, music wouldn't be the same in Canada without him, Terry. I'm just saying. Happy 87th birthday to the one and only Hawk, Ronnie Hawkins.
Oh, wow.
He who started it all in Canada. And believe me, he'll tell you all about it if you ask him. He's a legend.
It's Jamal from Terminal 4 tonight.
There we go. All right, we got correspondence. Salut, mon ami. Oh. All right, no, that's our conversation, you and me. Oh. Because that was the last thing. Oh, all right. What do we got? So, checking in, lurking as usual from the one and only Switzerland, our friend BV. Salut, Ben, mon ami. Following on from Klon Night with Dave and me the other night, yeah. As well as Bill Finnegan's handwritten instructions. There's a label that's in the center of the back plate, real Klon. Oh, and please don't rip off our TPS logo. Fine. Fine. I'm currently in there. Oh, snowboarding. Oh, yeah, you're younger. Right. Well, yeah, not now because it's 2:30 in the morning. Yeah. Enjoy snowboarding, buddy. In the Swiss Alps, no less, I would imagine. So I'm not going to say where that is because you're like top secret and stuff. So I can't give out exact locations, but there we are. The Beeve reporting in. Yeah, there's an extra little plate or badge sticker. I wasn't going to show it off because I think I saw a serial number. So, but yes, BV snowboarding, nice. Sup, Lawrence? Cascade Reverb. We were talking about that quite a bit last night. That's what's got me into doing that whole ambient thing. Which told me my the pedal board build, which is going to come out shortly, I guess, once I figure out what's going on it. That's a big start. Volume pedal is going to be reincorporated onto the pedal board, so I can do swells again. Krenar is here? Awesome. Yep. Hey, Krenar. Yeah, nice. We got 54 people going on here. So to recap, live Q&A. So if you got questions, we got answers. We're going to go for another half hour or so. We're not going long again tonight, Terry. It's a long day. Plumber. Yep. He was here today. He said he was going to be here between 11 and 1. 10:20. Could have called first. Didn't.
More dependable than the cable services.
I was pretty much pulling a Quentin James because I hadn't been up for long, so I had to put on pants to answer the door, and then they snaked the entire system, and we got her fixed. I said, "You got something like big to hit the big pipe?" And he's like, "You just want to." I'm like, "Yeah, let's give it a cleanse. Give it a cleanse." And he's like, "Yeah, we do that." I'm like, "All right, giddy up," and I just drank coffee. Played on my phone while they were remove toilet and snake system type thing, and so there's going to be a bill for that, so that'll be fun. I didn't care. It's fixed.
Now I'm trying to see where. Oh, Zach had asked.
Well, that's true. That's true, Lawrence. Maybe I'll do ambient. I don't know.
Spring ambient. That'd be interesting.
But that reminds me. Since we're at approximately the bottom of the hour, and I did remember, and we have a good-sized crowd here as usual. Awesome folks trickling in. I want to give a shout-out to the patrons on Patreon. I want to shout out Guitar Man 45, Symmetry, Paul McNary, Mickey Settlemeyer, Joe C, Keith H, Knucklehead 0, unfucking believable. Yeah, I said it. Charles 75N, John ZD 351, JP Page 2, Fruitcake Tony, Bent Tom, Blackjack Guitar, Grumpy Mike Guitar, Craig T. Tomlinson, Cousin Todd Flowers, Charles Green, more on him in a minute. Brad Guitar Miller, Absolute Mayhem, Other Left, Randy Crooks, and Mahogany. You get a shout out. There's exclusive content over on Patreon. Well, it's the same content you see if you're a channel member, but some people like to double dip, as I like to say. They're the Bo Jacksons. They do both. They're members and patrons. They're Bo Jacksons. I'm calling them Bo Jacksons. So what was I going to talk about earlier before I got sidetracked? That's right. There. Charles Green. Why did I mention Charles Green, Terry? Because he's this Sunday's guest on the Sunday Night Hang, featuring myself and apparently Charles Green. And then the week after that, I'm booked. See? Not like 2021. I'm booked this year. We have another cool cat, Chief Bottle Washer and all, over at Zim's Guitars, Dane Zimmerman, stopping by the Hang.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
it's been a while since Dane's been on.
I don't know if Dane's been on the channel. I've been on Dane's channel, and he hit me up.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
And I went, hey, no, let's bring him over here and do the Hang. Symmetry, new member. Awesome, buddy. Appreciate it. Speaking of Bo Jacksons, Double Dipper. And yes, hashtag best dressed. Thank you, Lawrence. He's sending me some of his new merch. So I'm going to be sporting some, excuse me. Not that I love the tone toque, but now I can have, could be my everyday tone toque, and then I have the going to town toque, Terry, is what I'm saying. You know, the good one. But you wear it when you're going to town, is what I'm saying. And yes, thanks again, Symmetry. That's awesome. So I have to work on emojis tomorrow. Good. So I'm actually ahead of the game video-wise, I can say. I've already shot all of this week's videos.
Nice.
Yep. We're going to have a video, just a recorded video, come out Wednesday, and then I'll do a premiere on Friday this week. Because I'm trying to do premiere in a video now. Because I realize the longer videos, well, let's hang out, make them premiere. And you folks, they do better. Dave, awesome. New member or new sub. And
thanks, Dave.
You're just going all in. That's awesome, brother. Appreciate it. Anyway, yeah. Got sidetracked. Yeah. So, and I may put out an extra video this week, since I already got those two done. And one has to do with other videos. You're like, what are you saying, Ben? What I'm saying is one ties in with the soda pop tasting, but it's not a soda pop tasting, which I'm kind of embracing. I kind of like those. What's up, Mars Man?
Hey, Mars Man.
I'm hardcore-ish. That's perfect for this. That was like, remember there's a genre of music, Terry, called post-hardcore? It's quite popular.
I was going to say,
apparently not with Terry.
Wasn't that actually something that did show up on?
Well, like you get your Alexis on Fire. They're kind of post-hardcore. And I was like, post-hardcore, that sounds like I used to be hardcore, and then I got old, and I can't anymore, so now I'm post-hardcore.
I was just trying to remember if it was something that was on Much Music or not.
Mayhem. For a random amount, I will take it, buddy. Thank you.
Nice.
It's not a weed tasting. I wouldn't do a weed tasting on the channel because it's not legal everywhere, so that's not fair. Or YouTube doesn't like that too much. Right? As long as we just refer to it as a glass saxophone that we partake in, you know what? We just had 2 members in a super chat. Let's celebrate. We might go a little later as a result, folks. Then Ben starts to ramble, and then Terry starts to ramble, encouraging Ben's rambling. And then we end up talking about Becker's Pop. Yep. All right. So, Terry.
McDonald's had pizza.
Question for you. All right. Oh, first of all, I want to know, Dave the Pious, are you a Canuck? Are you a fellow Canadian? I'm curious. Oh, look at that. They tried to go with the regular name, but they're still Vovoski.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anywho's, I know where you live now, Terry, without giving away, but did you grow up in that area, like small town?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you may be aware of some of the smaller chains. You know, I was thinking the other day, there was chains of stores that weren't even in the big town. Wisconsinite. Well, honorary Canuck, right? Like, come on. They play hockey. It's cold. They like beer. It's cold.
Minnesota's also like that too.
Yeah, Minnesota, same thing. Yeah. Oh wow. Interesting. Yeah. So, like, I don't think like S&R stores. Did they have S&R in your town? Or a Stedman, perhaps?
Stedman sounds familiar.
And they fizzled out by the 90s, I think. You know, 80s, because they were essentially the last of the general stores. A lot of times they're two level, and they had like every department. You know, like they had everything from clothing to hardware to but it was on Main Street, so it wasn't a very big store. What's up, Mitch Heyman?
Hey, Mitch.
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other day, so I was going to throw that in. I'm like, I want to be the only YouTuber that just mentioned Stedman's.
or like Chris said, Woolworths.
Yeah.
Byway.
Byway was newer. Byway took over a lot of the Stedmans and stuff. They kind of moved in.
Yeah.
But like Woolworths, because they kept up through the time, until the 80s, but they started out as a 5 and dime everything store. Yeah, and like Woolworths, they have all these various sections. Sears, but smaller. Compact Sears. House of Twang. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks for the super chat, House of Twang.
Oh, you had an escalator at your Sears? Unbelievable. That's nice.
Wow.
We didn't. We only had a 1-floor mall. So, since Unbelievable was only here for the calendar, or for the catalog, there it is again, Unbelievable. Because he said he was. I saw his comment prior to the show. He said, I'm just here for the calendar. Or that's Sean's channel. He was just here for the catalog. I should hang up a calendar. But
and what was it I'd seen here that someone
then I'd have to get
asked?
a calendar.
Was it okay? Absolute mayhem. As far as I know, in the northern parts of the U.S., there actually are giant tigers.
You know what I like about Giant Tiger, and for those who don't know what Giant Tiger is, it's a very, very low-end discount store that has everything from groceries to clothes to everything. So, I like the fact that, Terry, they were known as, the nickname GT Boutique. And then they actually got the GT Boutique web domain, and that's actually Giant Tiger's website. It's actually gtboutique.com. And I'm just like, good on you, guys. That would be like if Canadian Tire, if you typed in crappytire.com, it just redirects to CanadianTire.ca. Just automatic redirect.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or as Dave from Dave's World of Fun Stuff calls it, Newfie Speed and Sport.
Oh, God.
I can say that. Rest in peace, Zellers. Kmart, Zellers, yeah.
Yeah, Kmart, Zellers. We had a Kmart here in our town, and it only existed till I think 86.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think that's about the time the Kmart closed in Trenton. The Kmart became a Zellers, and then which caused the Zellers from downtown, because the Zellers downtown was like a Woolworths. It was that older generation store, so it was still a main street. They were more or less next to each other, and then so the Zellers moved in there, and then when Zellers got bought out by Target, and that fiasco, we ended up losing both, because I don't even think they made that one into a Target. They just made the one in town here in Belleville.
Well, it was like I said, I went and I'd met somebody down in Alabama, And so she was like, I need to get a carton of cigarettes. I'm like, okay. So we went and got a carton of cigarettes. I go, well, where are you going for your cigarettes? She goes, Kmart. I'm like, Kmart? And she's kind of looking at me funny, and I'm like, I said, you got to understand, we used to have Kmarts up in Canada. So, like, when we actually pulled in, and I was like, oh my God, it's almost the same as what it used to be up here in Canada way back in the day. Except the only difference is the cartons of cigarettes being more like a carton of Little Debbie's than, like, how we do have cartons here in Canada of cigarettes.
It is because of Kmart that we ended up in this area. Because prior to moving to this area, we were living in Richmond Hill. My sister wasn't born yet, so it was that long ago. And my dad managed the automotive department of Kmart when they had an auto center, an actual repair, like the Walmarts used to have as well. And so when they were putting in the Kmart or expanding the Kmart in Belleville or whatever, or expanding the mall or whatever. So Dad ended up moving down here first prior to us while we sold the place. And my mom's parents had retired down here, and she had a brother down here as well, all right? So we had family down here, so that was cool. And plus, they didn't want to raise kids in the Toronto area. His dad kept getting transferred to, various Kmarts in the GTA, because if the store was failing, they bring in my dad to turn it around and figure out, who's stealing stuff, who's not showing up for work, just get it working better. So then, so we moved down here in 70, I think it was like New Year's of 78 type thing. Because I think my mom was pregnant with my sister, so it would have been 78. We moved down here as a result, and then I think they got rid of the automotive center like 2-3 years later. They became, I think they were turned into Minute Tunes before getting rid of, it was like also Minute Tunes. Well, the funny part is the Kmart auto centers used to be all run by Uniroyal, because my dad originally worked for Uniroyal, but it was a Kmart auto center. And then they changed over. Kmart brought them in-house, and then they basically outsourced them again. And they just rebranded them as a Minute Tune type thing. So that's how we end up. She's proud of her age.
Welcome to Coots 13 and Chris Baseman.
What's up, Coots? Chris?
What was it? I seen somebody else mention something in here.
Dominion grocery store. Yep.
Yeah, Dominion. We used to have a Dominion. Like, I think that was another brand that
they went away by the mid '80s.
Yeah.
In this area.
Mid-80s. I think mid-80s was when ours had went away, but apparently we had a Dominion way back in like the mid-70s.
Yeah, I think the Dominion closed in Trenton in mid-80s. I think it became something else briefly, and then it shut down. It's weird. Most of the grocery stores in that town have closed, but then there's others that have opened since then that, new buildings, like the Independent in that town. That's a new building that was built in the 90s. And ironically enough, across the road was where there used to be another one, which was, I think it was briefly an Independent, and it was a Mr. Grocer. Remember those?
Oh, God, yeah.
They took over because it was a Loblaws, and then Loblaws went to Mr. Grocer. Hey, Kootenai String Works. We're talking Canadian grocery stores.
Yeah, AMP.
AMP all rebranded as Metros.
Yeah, there was AMP around here for quite some time, actually. They didn't change.
They're always they're always more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard of them, Dave. Pomita?
I kind of have. But of course, I think that was because it's through, some of the gaming people I knew down in Wisconsin on that.
And Kresge was Kmart as well. because for Kmart is Kresge. Makes sense. It was weird. Yeah, they had that dual thing. Sort of like for that time in Canada when we had Best Buy and Future Shop, Terry.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but we had them. They're both here in Belleville, across the street from each other.
Yeah.
And people would, wow, I'll just go across the street and get blah, blah, blah. And they're like, go ahead. Like, to the point where I didn't realize it. When Future Shop went out of business, apparently I had a gift card given to me. It was in a Christmas card, which fell out of bag. So I found it years later. I mean, years later. Enough that the person who gave it to me was no longer in my life. So remember, I think it was like from my ex-mother-in-law or something like that. But it was like a $50 gift card. So I was like, oh, sweet. I was like, Future Shop. They don't exist. And they haven't for a couple of years. So I'm like, well, I'll do a Google search, see what I can do with a Future Shop. And it's like, Best Buy accepts Future Shop gift cards. I'm like, well, isn't that just sweet?
Wow.
So I just used it there.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I still am really shocked that they ended up throwing away Future Shop, because Future Shop was such an already established brand.
Yeah, but it makes sense. Why have both? Like, if Best Buy buys Future Shop, why either leave Best Buy out of Canada and leave it as Future Shop, or just rebrand all the Future Shops as Best Buys?
Yeah.
You know, simple as that. Instead of, they tried to do them side by side for about, 3 to 5 years. In that sense, you got a ton of municipalities now that have these huge empty stores.
Let's see here. Randy Crooks had said to both of us, what do you know about Jet City amps designed by Soldano?
Jet City amps. We were talking about them last night. I dig them.
Didn't you ask that last night, Randy?
Randy might have had a couple of cold snacks. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
Yeah.
But they were kind of the first. They're the Epiphone of Soldano's. You know, like it was. Like Soldano's like, I want to make an offshore, affordable version of my amps type thing, but not really, and make their own thing. And they were, I think, came out of Vietnam. One of the first amps to come out of Vietnam, if I'm not mistaken. And I thought they sounded great.
If I understand the one interview that Mike Soldano did with a certain other channel, I believe he said he had so much demand for amps that he was at a point that he was like, I have so many orders for amps, I can't build all these amps.
Yeah. And they're a good mod platform too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the other thing.
Yeah. So he was trying to think of like, well, what can I do to sell an amp? Maybe not as my own brand name Soldano, but make it that I'm able to sell an amp based on it to the consumer.
we got further clarity. Yep.
Rum and Cooks.
That's okay. I said to Dylan last night, I've asked the same question on occasion, and he calls me because here I am watching FEQ, and all of a sudden Dylan starts reading off question. He goes, "Wait, didn't Ben ask this before?" I'm like,
yeah.
Like, pause the video, text me or skip me. That's fine.
But
the game stop. Exactly, Zach.
But at the end of the day, the Jet City amps are excellent. Like,
they're cool little. They are what they are.
I was looking at one before.
Yeah, unbelievable. Have a good night, my friend.
They're unbelievable. I was looking. I think at like a 20 water before.
I don't know what the one Rich had. I think it might have been the 333. Is that them?
No, that's Bugera.
Oh, that's Bugera. I don't know. It's something.
Yeah.
No, that's not it. But whatever the one.
They did have a similar model number.
He had a 112 combo, and it sounded nice. I think it may or may not have been affiliated with Slash in some way. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it did a thing. It did it well. If you're looking for that thing. And then he sold it. And that guy sold it to someone else in Peterborough, and now it's for sale in Peterborough and at a decent price. And Rich was seriously contemplating buying it back. He's like, I just wouldn't use it though, because he's already got, I think he's got a DSL head in cab. Yeah, I think his is the DSL, and then he's got the Fender, the Seafoam Bastard. You know, so that's his stereo rig.
Yeah.
But and then it was funny because then I think I had mentioned about possibly putting the B-52 up for sale. I point because it's right back right there. Although I've been playing through it for the last month. When this was upstairs, I was playing through that because I was like, "Oh, that's already plugged in. You know, it's got new tubes too."
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah.
Right? And then Rich Bitch goes, "I saw it a few times. We're reaching out to buy that B-52 back from you, but I just wouldn't use it that much." I'm like, "It's a great amp. That's why I hang on to it. That's why I haven't actually sold it." And he's like, "Oh, you get rid of it?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I said, "I've even retubed part of it." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did the first preamp and the power tubes are done." Oh. Yep.
Hook him in.
He's like, "It's always expensive talking to you, Coombs." I'm like, "Yeah, it can be."
Randy Crooks is saying that the Jet City he's looking at is $350. That's about right.
That sounds, yeah, because that'd be about what, $5 Canadian. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's cheap. I think because I think they're 5.6 for a lot of them.
The new ones are around $450 US.
Do they even still make them? I think they went out of business.
No, they're still being made, but they're not being made a whole lot.
It's not Max.
Hey Max, I think they aren't really being produced. I think. Oh, okay. So I was wrong. Sean Zimmerman said, Jet City 333 amplification JCA 100H.
I thought it was a 333.
Yeah, that's because Behringer also put out a 333.
Dave's got an England-made DSL 100 and a 412. Or less used, the most combos I was looking at. Yeah, because moving those cabs around and the dirty looks you get from bar staff when you're loading in one of those. They're like, "Oh, they're going to be loud. I'm not going to hear the customer's orders." You're not going to hear them over the drums anyway, so don't worry about it. Our drummer's loud.
Yeah,
especially when you say our drummer came rolling, because Shane was a big lad. Shane was a big boy. What's up, Sean? And Benji.
Hey, Benji. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, Sean Zimmerman, 333 Classic or something, wasn't it? Yeah, it was something like that. I think the 333s were actually supposed to be like a Mesa Duo-Rec, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. I am shrugging. I'm just thinking, did we cover everything we're going to cover?
Here are the guitarists.
Oh, the other thing we had talked about previous to the show, we don't need to cover that. We're having a good time. Hey, Harry the guitarist. He's still doing amps. Had to, like the 100.
Yeah.
And they rebranded. Yeah, I don't know if Mike Soldano's involved in any way, shape, or form now. Maybe that's what it is. He's totally walked away. Maybe that's what it was that I was thinking of. I don't know.
No. Well,
he's not even building his own amps anymore. So
yeah, like if I remember the last recent time Soldano talked about amplification with someone, I think he said that the Jet City stuff is totally somebody else.
Yeah,
he has occasional involvement with Jet City stuff.
Yeah, probably be like a consulting.
He's more he does more like
Soldano
consulting.
Is built through boutique amp distribution.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he sold out to them, but I know they're building his stuff the same way they're building Wampler and Morgan and.
Yeah. Right. Night, Randy. Take care.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah, and I mean, that's another thing, too, that's been going on lately is that, there's a lot of these companies out there that are deciding, hey, instead of, building my own product out of my own company.
You know what, dude? I would say like, and you gotta have a good outsourced ghost builder, right? Like quality ghost builder, like boutique amp. I would say because especially on the amp side of things, like a Friedman, a Morgan, you're only going to push so many units a year. So your price point on buying parts is going to be X amount of dollars. But if you can pool with 3 other people that maybe, you're not buying all the same stuff. I'm not saying that, but similar. There's got to be, especially for the guys that are building a Marshall style amp. Well, fuck, you're going to start with a lot of Marshall style fucking parts to start with, I would like to think.
Yeah, exactly.
And just stuff like that, or even just like wood to build the cabinets, or what have you. I don't know. Is it worth the trip up to Norm's Rare Guitars? Yes. Although it depends on where you're worth the trip.
The question is how much do you want to actually lose money? That's the question. Because if you're up there, there's more than likely you're going to buy something expensive there.
All right, we're gonna do some focus group time, Terry. We got 56 focus group. Well, 58 because there's 2 of us too. 56. Well, Lawrence, he doesn't get. All right, so 57. 57. Oh no, now it's not 57. So 58. Like I said, 58. Question for everyone working on a switching system for a 2-in-1 overdrive. Yes.
Hoping on
3 modes. Toggle between stacking and parallel, right? Thoughts on having all 3 modes versus just toggle and stacking? Toggle. So, wait a minute. So, I don't understand what the difference would be. Like if you got 2 and it's an on-off, the only difference is with an on-off in both, because that's like 2 buttons right there, is you can't switch the order. So is that what you're talking about? By parallel? With the parallel, then you should be able to switch orders, is what I'm guessing. Is that what? I like the option to switch the orders, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm tied into your idea of this into this, when I might want that into that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen some other company do something similar where they had it that they can be flip-flopped around or left both be on at the same time, which would be parallel. Stacking would be to put one on top of the other. So, I mean, probably just a 3-way toggle probably would be sufficient.
So A or B, or A plus B, right? And A.
Yeah, exactly.
See, and that's where it loses me. A plus B would sound the same as A//B, but that I'm not sure on. Exactly, yeah. Whereas Magic Man, that's what I was thinking. Like it's an A or an A and a B, or just a B, or the B into the A.
Exactly.
That's
kind of what I was thinking.
I know that's harder, but that's what I prefer. Just saying.
Aaron.
Yeah. ABBA. Exactly. Dave says 2-in-1. Yep. I get it. Michael says
or do AB neutral.
Because we've got brother Aaron here. And hey dude, I don't control the commercials advertised in your country. And guess what? YouTube caters commercials based off your viewing habits. So that's on you, bro, as well as the pizza company for making the commercial in the first place. Good to see brother Aaron in the chat.
There you go. Aaron also says at 9:04, no, A plus B influences each other. Pushing in parallel, they don't touch.
Oh, I don't know what that means. We're gonna have to FaceTime about that, Aaron. You're gonna have to explain that further with me, please. Oh, okay. Parallel. Okay, so yeah, I guess I kind of understand. Do I understand parallel? Yes, because like the modern classic does the parallel thing. It's got clean and dirty side by each.
It's kind of like, if I remember, there was one company that actually did the dual dual foot switch thing, and they actually had it that you actually could select the order of how the effects were running by going on each switch. So if you wanted, like, say, like phaser first and then like a chorus behind it, or you stepped on the chorus first and then the phaser behind it, and then both in parallel, you stepped on both at the same time.
This gentleman right here is responsible for at least one of these golden comments per live stream, and yeah. It's based off your view.
BC Rich.
Is it still a full moon tonight, Quentin?
Oh God, don't want to know.
So Aaron's going to FaceTime me. So as I need the deep dive on the pros and cons versus the two. So I'm going to reserve comment on Lawrence's question until consulting with my tech expert, and then I will submit an answer in text form to Lawrence at a later time this week.
Either way, it's a complex scenario.
For the best. I'm not saying that somebody timestamped Quentin's appearance, but I assume there's a timestamp in a comment, and I didn't click on it because I was afraid.
New channel sponsor, Quentin James.
I just left it as is. But yeah, now I'm curious. See, now, Terry, I'm curious. What are this dual overdrive or whatever is a boost in overdrive? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence and I,
true.
Although, no, here is he further expanding the Dutch. See, that's already public. I can talk about that because he did add the second button, so you can go one circuit versus the other. So now is he making it into a Dutch Deluxe? Is that what we'll call it, Lawrence? The Dutch Deluxe with separate side by each or boats? Really?
Yeah. I think ultimately
it moved a little when I thought of that pedal up in my head.
That
I can say that my sister's not here barfing. There may have been movement.
I was just gonna say, like, thinking about that, that's something that Lawrence would have to clarify.
Oh God,
like
Dutch Deluxe and an 87 Deluxe, and there is my tone section. Done.
Yeah, like
done. Oh.
So Lawrence, then, since he's still in the chat, is it a totally dirt drive pedal, or is it something that is along the lines of, say, a drive and a modulation, or a drive and
I think it's a either two drives or drive and a boost.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you, Terry, anytime somebody puts drive and modulation together in a pedal, it never ends well.
Yeah.
Other than like the Dark Side, out of countless pedals that have attempted it. However, the switching system will be integratable into any dual circuit. Excellent. All right. Good to know. I still want a Dutch Deluxe, I think. That needs to happen all of a sudden. Lawrence, just file that one for late 2022, right?
Oh, there you go. Double D.
Double D. I like it.
Yeah.
I will not make the two buttons look like nipples. I will not do that. I will do that. I will so do that.
It's funny seeing what Guitar Man said. Son of Dutch. It makes me think of the Ed O'Neill Dutch movie from like the 90s. I'm surprised that they didn't do something like that. Son of Dutch.
The double D.
Pass the Dutchie. Oh, that used to be a classic line here in Canada.
All right, mods, do your thing.
Oh.
Popularity. Well, we'll go a few more minutes before we wrap things up. So any last minute questions, get them in, folks. We'll go for a few more minutes here. We'll go till 1:15. Starsky and Dutch. Yes.
That's awesome, Aaron.
Yes. Yes. Oh, there it is. That's the pedal, and then the I can see the paint job with the swoosh, but like do metallic red with in white. Yeah, Starsky and Dutch. One channel Starsky, the other channel's Dutch. Lawrence, Dutch Deluxe, Starsky and Dutch. Aaron and me each get one. You make $1 million. That's our fee.
2 draws with one with your take on a blues breaker is a guaranteed seller. There's no end for another one of these.
I don't know. Blues breaker. Wait a minute. Blues breaker. I don't know if I have any blues breaker style pedals. Do I? When are you guys normally on? This show is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, Coots. And then I do the Sunday night hang every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern. Sundays and Mondays. Live Q&A tonight with Canadiana because it happens.
Huggy Bear Boost.
The Huggy Bear Boost. Yep.
Yeah. That could be an Ottawa or a fuzz Ottawa. Huggy Bear.
It's a boost. It's a boost. Although the fuzz, yeah, you could do a bear fuzz.
Yeah.
The Huggy Bear fuzz. Oh.
Albus Band, I'd like a blues breaker and blues driver.
Well, there we are. All right. I'm just, yeah, okay. Paul and Aaron are like, hey, you should probably do something in this vein. And Lawrence is like, I already thought of it, Bubble. That's cool. That's cool. That's fine. That's fine. I know I'm having a chat with Lawrence at some point this week. That's evident.
What are you making behind my back?
Why don't you tell me the thoughts in your head? I also, Terry, can you grab a link to Nesdal's channel? Because 57 people in here. Definitely, if you're not already, subscribe to the David Nesdal channel. Jesus. We do Guitar Town Hall every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And this week we have Chris Locke and the other guy whose name I always forget, but Chris Locke of Locke Bodies. So we're going to be talking all about building guitars and bodies and necks and
that'll be
all kinds of really cool stuff. So definitely check that out, folks. Give it a sub. And the crowds over there have been getting almost as big as over here now. And we have some big guests over there. We don't have guests all the time. But when we do, who was the last guest we had on there, Terry? Oh, that's right. Johnny Highland.
Somebody who likes to chicken pick, but also likes to chug.
Yeah, speaking of which, I got a message, Johnny. Ben's a big shot. No, I just got lucky.
Oh, God. We're going to get into the whole moderator of the stars debate.
Exactly, Michael. Any pedal makers need ideas, join this channel. Exactly. I give these ideas away for free. Just throw me a pedal to demo. That's all I ask.
So there we go. In the side chat is David and Ben's show Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on David Nesdal's channel.
I have not heard the Keeley Katana Blues Drive. I don't think. I may have heard it in a demo, but I haven't tried it. So, I'm trying to think anything. We did that. We got the 2 emojis chosen. We're doing a pedal and a mud flap girl, which will just MFG will be the emoji title. So my sister's gonna hate me for that one. You guys chose it. Nobody said no, don't do it. So Awesome. Parting words, Terry, because Lawrence is off to design some pedals. You notice all of a sudden he gets his info. He's like, see, I got stuff.
He goes, yeah, it's like,
Here we go.
Down.
Before we do parting words, what would your signature pedal be, Terry?
I would have to actually say probably something that was a fuzz and a drive. So I would venture to guess like probably a fuzz and say something like a metal
dude, like the Haunted
style.
Labs Carolina Reaper. That's what that was. It was a drive and a fuzz because you need them to work together and makes. Yeah, it's like because I tried each on their own. I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Put them together. Yeah, see, Aaron was already typing it. Terry needs a Carolina Reaper. You do. Everybody does.
I'll take the pedal, not the actual pepper itself, though.
Yeah. Yeah, with the delay, Aaron. That's the thing, eh? I'm saying it as you're typing it, basically, and then it comes across. Yeah. So, parting words, Terry, as you search out a Carolina Reaper on the used market. Good luck!
Thanks, everyone, for showing up and watching. Thanks, everyone, for supporting Ben. Thanks, everyone, for supporting me. As much as I don't put out that much content, I'm still trying to
But when he
change
does,
that.
he does. Every time a video comes out by Terry, a video comes out by Terry. It's amazing how that happens. Yeah.
As well, I hope everyone had an awesome Christmas break and holiday and an awesome New Year's. And lastly, I hope everyone stays safe and warm.
Mm-hmm. Positive vibes to Tom. We know he's listening.
Yes.
And he's not doing well. Oh, excuse me. Also, there's dinner giving me a encore performance. No encores. No encores. Anywho's, hey, Steve Luther. So, onwards and upwards to 2022. And definitely, as we said at the top of the hour when we had to have as many people watching, special shout out to Gear Junkie 35 and Randy Crux who've been watching my videos on playlists. If we can bump it up by basically 25%, which is, I'll say it, I put out a video, it gets 100 views that first day. And I know it's most of these folks in the chat, but if anybody's watching on replay, give an extra video or two view, and maybe we can get that extra 7,000 views over the course of January and break the 1 million view mark, and then we'll do a 1 million viewer special, which is really just us getting lit on a community hang. But it'll be one to celebrate. Brad, we're supposed to talk at some point. That's right, we're supposed to do that. So, anyways, I'll have videos out Wednesday and Friday. Charles Green this Sunday. Nesdall and me with Chris Locke and his co-worker, to be named on Thursday. Keep forgetting his name. I should write shit down. And excuse me. So, and then special thanks to channel members, patrons, mods, Terry. Man. And I saw in there tonight that I know of off the top of my head. But new channel members, that's awesome. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, anybody that donated tonight, always appreciated. Believe me, it's all going towards the plumber. He gets it all. Although, quick aside, we might be able to work a bit of a trade. Somebody needs a setup done on an acoustic. I'm like, oh. He goes, yeah, I need the frets polished and the truss rod adjusted. I'm like, I can do that in about 15 minutes. So, yeah, we'll do that. So hopefully, nice guy. Anywho's, so on behalf of Terry and myself, this has been Canucks with Guitars. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you've got this far on replay. Come on. You watch for an hour and 20 minutes. Leave a comment. And check out John DeShane's channel. He finally bit the bullet and made some content. I subscribed. Be cool if you did. Yep. Dale at the end. Not Dale right at the end, but Dale at the end. Friday. Phil McKnight on Fridays. You might have heard of him. Just saying. Go hang out with 1,100 of us or so. Sure. See, I'm stalling because I can't find what I want to find to end. That's what I was looking for. I don't know. Maybe we'll end with something different.
Bye, Scott.
Yeah. So hold those doors open. Let that lady in heading traffic do good things, and good things will happen to you. Why? Karma's real. Yep, she sure is. Yep. Be good to each other. Happy tone chasing. Don't litter.
See you, Marcus.